Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel and welcome to my Quickie series. This is a series where I cover a range of, key requirements for dwarf fortresses and like the zones, what they are, and how you go about building them. In this episode, we're going to talk about guild halls. And since this is a Quickie episode, my 5 minutes starts now. Okay, what is a guild hall? A guild hall is quite simply an area where dwarves with certain skills can show off their skills to idle dwarves, including children, and pass their skills on at a rate. A legendary dwarf isn't going to turn another dwarf into a legendary dwarf straight away, but over time their skills will increase. So they're essentially your schools. And again, like I said, it's the only place where children can level up their skills before they become adults and become effective dwarven citizens. Otherwise, kids just run around eating all your food and drinking all your alcohol, as all good children do, not naughty dwarven kids. And so they're an effective way of building up passive skills within your fortress. So how do we do it? Well, we need some areas to be dug out, and then we go zones. We go to meeting area, we click over the area that we're going to designate for skills to be shown off, and then we click on the plus, and then we click on new guild hall. I've made two previously, but I'm going to go new here, and this is where you can select any of the skills. And let's just say I want more, let's go more hunters, why not? And this has been called the Born Snarls. Great. Then we can click on this magnifying glass here, and we get our value, and we can open it to any visitors, so any immigrants. This is good if you get a legendary, say a human visiting with legendary gem cutting skills, and you have a guild hall for gem cutters open to all visitors. They can come and teach your dwarves some of their skills. Only bad thing is they might be were-giraffes and then kill everyone if they can turn into a were-giraffe, but you're fairly safe most of the time. It's fun anyway. Citizens and long-term residents only, citizens only, or only members can visit. What does that mean? If guild is established. If you have, it's like temples, if you have 10 or more, I guess the requirement for a petition for a certain guild hall to be established is if you have 10 or more of a certain profession. Let's go weaponsmiths, for example. If you have 10 or more weaponsmiths, they will get to a point where they want their own guild hall. And for that to happen, you need to, 1, designate a weaponsmith guild hall, and then you need to get the value up to 2,000. And once you've gotten up to 2,000, you can then allocate it to that guild, then thereby satisfying the petition. And how do we increase the value? You can smooth the stone, you can grave the stone, you can add furniture in there, statues, etc. But that's how you get the value up. You can have as many guild halls as you like, same with temples. But a quick little tip, your hospital, if you have it set up, you can set up as meeting area over the top of your hospital, and then you can turn it into a guild hall, and you can allocate it to any, or at the bottom here, any of the medical professions. So any of the doctors, any of the staff that you have allocated internally into the hospital, your diagnosticians, your bone setters, obviously you need to have a dwarf allocated to that skill set or that profession. They can teach those skills to idle dwarves ongoing, and that's a good way to maintain a level of competency across a lot of your idle dwarves with medical skills. So if you lose your chief medical officer, medical dwarf, or you lose your chief surgeon, you've got some redundancy there, and you can overlap all of these if you wish. Okay, but if you don't have a suture allocated in your hospital, I'll just go here. If I don't have a doctor or a bone doctor allocated, then there's not going to be anyone to train those skills in, so that's a bit pointless. So you do need to be aware of allocating them, but that's just a good way to get passive medical skills going once your hospital is started. Put guild halls over the top of it. Okay, so that's guild halls in a nutshell. I hope this has gotten you out of trouble and helped you a bit with how they work and the mechanisms behind it. And I hope you're enjoying your Dwarf Fortress gameplay, and I'll talk to you all in my next video.